Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to write creative arts and crafts articles using AI agent. So let's suppose I'm a craft teacher and a blogger and I'm adding all the details or the data of this article in my Google Sheet spreadsheet. Now I want that as soon as I add all the details in my Google Sheet spreadsheet, a blog should be automatically generated with the help of OpenAI, and then it should be automatically created as a post on my WordPress. Doing this manually will consume a lot of time, so I'm completely going to automate this process. And to do this automation, I'm going to use Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between Google Sheets, OpenAI and WordPress. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I am going to build this connection in such a way that whenever I am going to add a new data in my Google Sheet spreadsheet, the blog will be automatically created with the help of OpenAI, and then it will be automatically created as a post on my WordPress. Now, if you want to learn the step-by-step process, then let me take you all to my screen. In this video, we are going to see how to write creative arts and crafts articles using AI agent. For this, I have created a workflow with the help of Pabbly Connect, where I have built connection between Google Sheets, OpenAI and WordPress. And now I'm going to check this automation workflow once, whether it is working fine or not. For that, I'm going to open my Google Sheet spreadsheet, and I've created a spreadsheet which has all these fields: topic, target audience, material, focus, tone, include section, publish to, and notes. I'm going to add all these fields, and you will see a post will be automatically created on my WordPress. So here I'm going to add all these fields quickly. So here I've added all the details: paper, plant, sunflower, craft, target audience, kids aged 5 to 10, material, focus, paper plates, pipe cleaners, and then I have added the rest of the details. Now a post should be automatically created on my WordPress. I'm going to open my WordPress and we are going to refresh this page once. And here we can see that this post has been created. If I open this, we are going to find that we have created a very wonderful post which has all the details like the heading, then we have the introduction, then the material which is required, then we have the step-by-step process, and then we have the conclusion. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run. And now to learn how to create this, let's start creating this from the beginning. In this video, we are going to learn how to write creative arts and crafts articles using AI agent. For this, we are going to create automation between Google Sheets, OpenAI and WordPress with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com/connect in your browser. Now after browsing this website, we need to sign in to our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, you can see two options: sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on the sign in, and if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll click on the sign in, and here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. I'm going to click on this Pabbly Connect Access Now. And it has taken me towards this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders which I've created over here. Now if you want to create a new folder, simply click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow button, and first I need to provide the workflow name, and then I have to select the folder in which I want to save that workflow. So first let's name this workflow as how to write creative arts and crafts articles using AI agent, and now I need to select my folder. So these are the folders which have been created, and here I'm going to select this as AI agent and then click on create. Here workflow created successfully. As soon as I click on create, two boxes have appeared in front of me. One is trigger, other is action. So trigger says when this happens, and action says do this. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow, but as many as action steps as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to write creative arts and crafts articles using AI agent, which means whenever I'm going to add a new idea or the topic in my Google Sheet spreadsheet, it will be automatically generated as an article and it will be automatically posted on my WordPress. So here, when I'm going to add a new title or a topic in my Google Sheets spreadsheet, this complete workflow here will get triggered because trigger says when this happens. So when I'm going to add a new title in my Google Sheets spreadsheet and then action says do this, then generate an article on that title or a topic and then post that on my WordPress. So here in my trigger application, I'm quickly going to take Google Sheets. And then in my trigger event, I'm going to take this new or updated spreadsheet row. Now I need to make connection between Pabbly Connect and Google Sheets for which a webhook URL is provided to me. And this webhook URL is going to act as a bridge to connect my Google Sheets with Pabbly Connect. So reading this help desk, I'm going to build this connection, and to make this connection, let me open my Google Sheets. So this is the Google Sheets spreadsheet which I have created by the name Creative Arts and Crafts, and I'm going to add all the details in this field. So let me quickly add all the details. First, so here I have added all the details. For this topic, I have added rustic jute and mason jar, sunflower centerpiece. Then I have added a target audience as adults aged 25 to 50. Then I have added the materials focus as mason jars, jute rope, artificial sunflowers, hot glue gun, then the rest of the details, then the tone to be stylish and sophisticated. The sections to be included are materials, step-by-step instruction, styling tips, and then the conclusion, and then published to WordPress. And the notes are added dried sunflower plus real seed version for an eco-friendly or autumn themed twist. So I have added all these details, and I want to send these details to my Pabbly Connect workflow so that this detail could be processed and an article should be generated. For that, I have to make connection between Pabbly Connect and Google Sheets, for which I'm going to go towards this extensions, go to add-ons, and then click on this get add-ons. Here Google Workspace Marketplace will appear in front of me, where I need to search for Pabbly Connect webhooks. And it is showing install because I have already installed this in my Google Sheets. But if you are doing this for the first time, make sure that you follow the same process and install this Pabbly Connect webhooks. Now after that you install this, it will start appearing over here, and from here you have to go towards this initial setup. Now this box has appeared in front of me where I am needed to enter the webhook URL and the trigger column. So this is the same webhook URL which I am provided in my Pabbly Connect workflow. So I'm going to go back towards my workflow, copy this webhook URL and paste that webhook URL over here. Next I need to enter this trigger column. So the trigger column will be a final data entry column on which if the data is added, the whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. So here my final data entry column or the end column is column G, which means whenever I'm going to add a new data in this last column, the whole row data will be sent to the Pabbly Connect workflow. So the trigger column simply means the final data entry column or the end column on which we are going to add the data. So here as soon as I've added this webhook URL and trigger column, I'm going to click on the send test. And you will see all this test data will be sent to my Pabbly Connect workflow. And the test data sent successfully. Now to make this setup, I have to click on this submit so as to make this setup configuration. Here the setup configured successfully. Now I have to follow a very important step. As I have made this webhook connection, I have to follow a very important step. I have to go towards this Pabbly Connect webhooks, and then I have to click on this send on event. So this step will make sure whatever data we add in future, it is sent to Pabbly Connect. Now I'm going to open my Pabbly Connect workflow and check whether I have received all these details there or not. And if I scroll down, I can see that I have received the response. The trigger column is column G, topic is this rustic jute, the tone is sophisticated and stylish. Then we have the target audience as adults aged 25 to 50. This was the spreadsheet name, our Creative Arts and Crafts. Then we have the notes added dried sunflower. Then we have the material focus as the mason jar jute rope, and then we have this include section of material, step-by-step instruction, styling tips, and then the conclusion. Now here, as I have added all the details in this spreadsheet, I have captured that response here in this workflow, and this shows the connection setup that we have created. With the help of this webhook URL between Pabbly Connect and Google Sheets, that is successful. And now whenever I'm going to add a new detail in this particular spreadsheet, I will start capturing that response here in this workflow. Now moving on to the next step, whenever I'm going to add a new topic, I want to generate blog or the article on that. So here in my action application, I'm going to take my AI agent and my action application as OpenAI. And then in my action event, I'm going to select this as ChatGPT and then click on connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection. And now to make this connection, we have to enter the token. Following the help desk given below, I'm going to enter this token and I'm going to click on the hyperlink. And it has taken me towards this API keys page. Now to create a new API key, I simply need to click on this create secret key. First, I have to name this key. So let's say the name is test. The project will be default project and the permissions will be all. And then I simply need to click on this create secret key. A new API token will be provided to me, which I need to copy and simply paste that over here. Here, as I have an existing connection, I have created this connection multiple times. That's why I'm going to select this as existing connection and then go with save. So here OpenAI is connected with Pabbly Connect and now I have to enter all these details. First, I have to select my AI model. In this drop down, I can find all the AI models. I'm going to select this as GPT-4 Omni and then I'm going to enter this prompt. Now I'm going to enter the prompt in a way that whenever I'm going to add a detail, a blog or the article should be automatically generated on that topic. I'm going to enter my prompt like. So here I have entered the prompt, write a detailed and creative arts and crafts blog article on the topic. The article should include an engaging introduction, then the rest of the details which I'm going to add. But I'm not going to enter these details manually. Instead, I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I'm going to enter the data from the previous response. Now here I have received the response from Google Sheets, and when I click on this field, I can see this Google Sheets. When I click on this, I can see all the response which I have received from there. Here I need to enter the topic first. So I'm going to enter the topic and then I'm going to enter the tone as stylish and sophisticated. The audience is 25 to 50 years old. And then the materials, this is the material, and then the notes as this one. And then I'm also going to include sections. So over here, mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in this field. Manually entering the data will make this field static and the information will not change even if you have received a new response. Over here, if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep this field dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. Now that I've entered these details, I'm simply going to click on the save and send test request and you will see that I'm going to receive the response. So here I have received this response. If I open this message content, I have this rustic jute and mason jar sunflower centerpiece, and then I have the rest of the details like the material needed. Then I have a step-by-step instruction, and then I have the conclusion. And I'm going to create a post out of this, which we have generated with the help of AI agent. So for that, I'm going to click on this add action step button, and then in my action application, I'm simply going to take WordPress, and then in my action event, I'm going to select this as create a post and then click on connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection. And now to make this connection, we have to enter these details. Now to get this base URL, I have to open my WordPress, and on the top in this URL, I have this pay2vault.com/wp3. So I'm going to copy and paste that in this base URL until wp3 becomes my base URL. Over here, I'm going to enter my login credentials. And after doing this, I simply need to click on this save. It is always advisable to keep your applications logged in for the easy authorization. And here authorization successful, which means WordPress is connected with Pabbly Connect. And now I have to enter the rest of the details. So here I'm going to select my post type as post. I'm going to enter my post title as the topic. And then I'm going to enter the post content, which we have generated in this OpenAI. The slug excerpt are not required fields, so I'm going to skip this. The status remain published. The category ID and tags are not required fields, so I'm going to skip this. In this featured media ID, I'm going to turn on this mapping button, remove this ID, and keep this field blank. If I select a field, it will become static and it will keep posting on all of my articles. Now the format is standard, ping status and comment status are open. The author ID, I'm going to select my author ID, and then these fields are not required ones. So I'm going to skip this, and now I'm simply going to click on the save and send test request, and you will see that I'm going to receive the response. So here we can see that we have received the response. I'm going to open my WordPress and I'm going to refresh this page once, and you will see a post will be created, and here this post has been created instantly. I'm going to click on this view to open this, and here this is the post which we have created. Now to summarize, we took Google Sheets as a trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect. We entered all the details in my Google Sheets, and then with the help of this OpenAI, we generated the article on that topic, and then we simply created a post on WordPress. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run, and here we have successfully created automation between Google Sheets, OpenAI and WordPress with the help of Pabbly Connect. I hope you like this video. Thanks for watching. Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com, and if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.